Everyone, welcome to class. My name is Umi Odumbaku. So in today's class, we're going to be learning how to draft an overbust corset. So this class is for an advanced designer. You should be able to draft, cut, and sew with little or no supervision. So you can see that I've drawn out some lines. This is our chest line here. Let me note it. This is our chest line. This is our bust point line. This is our under bust. This is our waistline, and this is the blouse length. It depends on what you want, but have it in mind that this blouse length shouldn't be longer than normal. You should measure your client while sitting down so that they can be comfortable wearing this. If you make it more longer than usual, it should be around 23 to 25 inches. But make sure you measure your client so that you get the accurate length. So this one is 23 inches. This is the blouse length, 23 inches. The waistline is 18 inches. The under bust is 14.5. This is 10.5, and this is 8.5 from the shoulder. This slant is 1.5 from here to here. Then my arm will cuff. You should be able to do this to attend this class. So this measurement is my horizontal measurement, right? So my bust circumference divided by 4, I have 11. This is it here. My under bust, I did not measure that one at all because I don't need it. So my waist is 10 divided by, it's 44 divided by 4. I have 10. I added 1 inch to it. Make sure you add 1 inch to it. Your waist circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch. Measure it along this line on your waistline. Let me repeat it again. Your waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch. That 1 inch is for our dart intake. We are still going to work on that. Then this is the blouse length. I measure where my blouse is going to sit. I measure the circumference. I have 11 inches. This is it here. So now let's proceed. So we normally divide our hip circumference divided by 4. Yes. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to place my hip circumference, our nipple to nipple distance measurement divided by 4 divided by 2. Our nipple to nipple distance measurement that we normally use, we normally divide it into 2. Nipple to nipple distance divided by 2. Mine is 8 inches, so I'm going to divide it by 2. I have 4 inches here. So in this overbust corset, the line is not straight like our usual nipple to nipple distance. So as my blouse length here, I'm going to come in by 2 inches. I'm going to mark 2 inches instead of 4 that we normally mark. I'm marking 2 inches because we need a slant line around that area. So I'm going to connect it like so. I'll connect the 2 inches here. Let me use my marker pen to do that so that we can see it very well. So at the first point, mark 4 inches, your nipple to nipple distance measurement divided by 2. Mark it here. Come down to your blouse length, mark 2 inches inward. Then you connect. That's what we are going to do there. So the next thing I'm going to do now, we added 1 inch to the dart to our waistline. So we are going to, let me explain what we are going to do on this waistline. We want to snatch the waistline. It depends on what you want. You can snatch your waistline by 6 inches. You can do it by 4 inches. You can do it by 2 inches. It depends on you. But this one, I'm going to be snatching it by 6 inches. So the circumference I'm working with is 40. I have 40 here. So I want to snatch the waist by 6 inches. So I will remove 6 from the 40. I have 34 inches left for my waist circumference. But we have 1 inch. Just take 1 inch. Just hold down 1 inch. Hold it at hand. So I'm going to explain how we are going to do the 1 inch now. So we here on this line we have 11 inches. Then our waist circumference, we said we are going to snatch the waist by 6 inches. So our waist circumference is now 34. 34 divided by 4, we have 8.5. That is the. So we are going to divide the remaining. When we remove 6 inches from the 40, we have 34. 34 divided by 4, we have 8.5, right? So what we need on this line is 8.5 inches to snatch our waist. Do you understand me now? So, but we have 11 inches here. We want to remove 2.5 from the 11 inches to get our 8.5. So this is what we are going to do. On this side, I'm going to mark half inch on this side. At the under bust, I'll mark half inch. At my blouse length, I'm going to mark half inch. So I'm going to connect the markings together. I'm going to connect all the half inch together. That's our half inch on that side. Then on this side, I'm going to mark 1.5 inches away. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. You can see that we have taken out 2 inches already. If we measure it now, what we have taken out now is 2 inches. Let me measure it for you so you can see. So from here to here, I have 2 inches. So we have taken out 2 inches from the 11 inches. So we are now left with 9.5. Or the 9.5 that we are left with now. So I'm going to be connecting this straight to my bust point. Make sure this point here and this line tallies before you mark. Before you mark it. So I'm going to connect it like so. And make sure you have 4 sharp edge here. And on this side, I'm going to connect it to the bust point as well. Did you see that? That's how you are going to connect it. So, you know there's difference between our back and our front. So that difference for me is 2 inches. I'm going to mark that difference here. From my under bust line, I'll mark the 2 inches. Then I'm going to connect it straight to my bust point, leaving some allowance. That's how you're going to do it. So, I used to mark this out like this. I used to extend it down. So we've walked around this area. So let's go to this particular place. You know we are still owing I made a mistake. Here, you know we've already removed 2 inches from the 11 inches that we have along this line. So we are 11 minus 2 inches, we have 9 inches left. Then you know we divide our waist circumference. We first of all minus 6 inches that we are going to snatch our waist from the waist circumference. 6 minus 40, we have 34. 34 divided by 4, we have 8.5. So we have already removed 2 inches on this line, which is 11 inches. We have 9 inches left, right? So this 9 inches, that means we are still owing 11 inches on this line. So I'm going to work on it. Let me first of all come to this place. Let's finish around here. Then we will now contour this place with the remaining half inch. So what we are going to do now, we are going to come here. We are going to tighten our overbust. We are going to come here, divide whatever we have here into 2 equal halves. Then I'm going to connect it straight to my bust point. Let me use my marker. I'll connect it straight to the bust point. So from the bust point, the next thing we are going to do now, after we've connected this to this point, we want to know where our overbust is going to sit. It depends on you. Normally, I used to measure from here. From my bust point to this place is 4 inches, then I will remove half inch from it. You can do your own. From here to here is 4 inches. I can decide to raise my 4 inches from my bust point. From my bust point to my under bust is 4 inches. I can decide to raise from that very point up with 4 inches. I can decide to come down by 3 inches. It depends on you. You can make it 2. It depends on how low you want the neckline to be. So I'm using 3.5 here. From my bust point, I come up by 3.5. I'm going to draw a straight line. I'll be using pencil for this. So the next thing we are going to do now, we want to contour this overbust. So to contour it, we have different type of tightening. We have 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%, 30%. It depends on you. So what I want to do now is 50% tightening. So before I do that, let me cut this. So I want to transfer this dart here to the shoulder. So to do that, I'm going to divide this into 2 equal halves, like so. Then I'll slash it open. So after slashing it open, I'm going to, after slashing that one open, I will come here and slash this one too. I will slash it to my bust point. Then slash this one too to the bust point. Can you see? So I'm going to close this one in order to be able to open the shoulder dart. Can you see? The shoulder dart is already open like so. Can you see that's already open? So let me close it tentatively then. So here is what is going to happen here now. Let me shift this to this side. So I want to tighten this with 50% tightening. So what we are going to do is we are going to measure whatever you have here. I have 3 inches. So what we are going to do is, this is how the calculation is going to look like. Your dart over 100 times whatever tightening you want to do. If it is 50, you write 50. If it is 40, you write 40. Mine is 50, I'm using 50. Then you write 1. So what we measure here is 3 inches over 100 times 50 times 50 over 1. This one, 0 cancel this is 0. So we have 3 here times 5, we have 15 over 10. I hope you understand my point. This was what you have, this dart is what is from here over 100 times 50 over 1. So this 0 of 100 we cancel this 0 of 50. Then you multiply 3 times 5, we have 15 here, we have 10 left here, we put it here. Then you're going to divide 10 divided by 15, I have 1.5. So that 1.5 now, this is what you are going to do with it. We are going to mark 1.5 from here, from this side, mark 1.5 away. Then from here, mark 1.5 away. So then you are going to connect it to the bust point. I'm going to connect it to the bust point. Then you use your ruler, do the same thing here, connect this one to the bust point. Can you see? So the next thing is we are going to be extending this line here. See the way I slanted the ruler? Extend it like so. Then I'm going to be inputting my, this 1.5, this one of them. I'll pick one, I'll bring it back to this place. Then I will use my curve ruler to draw a new armhole. So this pencil armhole here is no more useful. When we want to cut now, we are going to be cutting this particular one here. So this one is of no use anymore. So we are only going to be using this as our new armhole. So now we have successfully draw a new armhole. So I'm going to close this so that we can draw our overbust. I'm going to measure the amount of tightening we take here. I'll place it here so it's the same thing like that. So we want to draw our overbust line. So I'm going to close this particular one and open this. I will open this back. I will open this back. Then, no, I will open this. This one should be. I want to close this. Then I have to open this. Can you see? So I've closed this now. Then I want to draw my overbust line. I want to draw my stop. So I want to draw my overbust. So to draw your overbust, it depends on you. You know how much your cleavage can reveal. You know how much the neckline, how low or high you want it to be. So from here, I'm going to be marking 8 inches, like so. I'll mark 8 inches from here. Then I'll use my ruler to connect. You can make it a straight one. You can make it a straight one like this, or you can decide, you can decide to use any type of neckline you want. You can make it a straight like neckline, and you can leave it the way I want to do it. It depends on what you want. So I will place my ruler where I want my neckline to be. Then I will decide, maybe I want this over the armhole area, this particular area here, how high I want it. You can place it up to this place. You can place it here, anywhere you feel like it's okay for you. You place it there. Then you connect it to your neck depth. Can you see? Connect it to your neck depth. So now let's open this bag. We have successfully done this. So let's come back to this place. I'm going to close this back. So we can work on the remaining ½ inch that is left. So I've closed it back. So you know we have ½ inch left on the waistline. Let me measure it for you. From here, 2 inches. I'll bring it to this place. I have 9 inches there. So, and I told us that we only need 8.5 of our measurement on this line. That means we still have 9. We have ½ inch depth that we want to remove from this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark 2 inches from here, 2.5 inches from here to here, 2.5. Then I will come here. I can mark 2 inches or 1 inch from this first line. Then I'm going to connect it straight to. I'm going to connect it straight to my armhole line, like so. I'll connect it straight to the armhole line. Can you see? So now the remaining ½ inch, we are going to be using it to contour. So I'm going to take 1/4 inch on both sides. Here, 1/4 inch. Here, 1/4 inch. And I will connect it straight like so. I always use pencil to do this. It's because we are in a class, that's why I did it this way. Then you can mark this ½ inch around here too, and if you don't want to, you can leave it the way it is. So I'm going to mark ½ inch here, ½ inch here. Now let it straight down. So that is it. So this is how it's going to look like. Then the final part is try to measure whatever you have here. From here to this place, 2.5. From this place to this place, 4.5. From here to this place, 8.5. So that means we've already contoured this place with 1.5. You know this one is on fold. So that means you have removed 3 inches from the front, 3 inches from the back. Do you understand me now? So here we have a lot of depth to pay here because this place must complete an 11 inches. So we've taken 2 inches from here, ½ inch from here, make it 2.5. So you have to place the 2.5 back because it's a depth that you have to pay. Make sure you return your 2.5, please. Whatever you have here that you used to contour this place, make sure you return them back so that you have a complete dress. So I'm going to return it by connecting it back to the bodies. No, sorry, you're not connecting it straight that way, please. You connect it here, from here to this place. You're going to connect it this way. From here, you connect it to the. Please don't do this. Please don't do it. So you use your curve ruler to connect from that point to the waistline. I hope you understand my point like that. So that is all we need to do pertaining to the front pattern. So I'm going to draft the back now so that we can see the two together, then we will now cut. So here is our back pattern. This is how it's going to look like. So the next thing we are going to do now, you know we added 1 inch to our waist circumference divided by 4 plus the waist circumference I'm working with is 40 divided by 4. I have 10 plus 1 making 11. So I use the 11 on my waistline, back waistline. You know there is a difference between the front and the back. This is the chest line, this is the waistline. The back waistline is 16 inches. The front is 18, but there is a difference between the front and the back. So I have the difference is 2 inches. So I have 16 here. The blouse length is 23. I minus 2 inches from it. This is what you see here. This is the 2 inches from the blouse length. Then draw a straight line. So from here to here is 8.5. From here to here 16 inches. From here, from the shoulder to the blouse length is 21 inches. So the difference is what we are seeing here. So I divide my waist circumference divided by 4, which is 10 plus 1 making 11. That's what I have here. So I want to divide this 11 inches into 3 equal halves. I'm dividing it into 3 equal halves. So here I have, I'll be dividing it into 3 equal parts. So this is 11 inches. So I'm going to have 3.5 here, 7.5 here, and I have 11 inches there. So what I'm going to do now is to connect it into a straight line. Then I'm going to connect this one too. So that is it. So you know we have 2.5 inches to contour around here. So on this particular place, let me shift the major contouring at the middle. You can do it anywhere you want, but I feel like if I put it here, it will make this side smaller, and I don't want that. So I'm going to contour 1 inch from here. I will contour ½ inch from here. So I'm going to contour 1 inch on both sides. Contour 1 inch here, 1 inch here. I will contour ½ inch, quarter of an inch here, quarter of an inch here. That's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to connect them with a straight ruler. From here, I'll connect my 0.25 straight down. Or I can decide to slant it this way. I can decide to slant it like we normally do for our basic bodies. I don't have a cleaner here. This one shouldn't be wide like this. Let me use my marker to trace it out. Contour 0.25 on both sides. Then we're going to start, maybe come down from by 1 inch. Contour it straight. You do the same thing here. Then I'm going to do this one like so. You do the same thing here. I made a mistake. Don't let it touch that place, please. Leave at least 1.5 inch or 1 inch, like this one. So that's how it's going to look like. Let me redraw it so that I do not touch. When I want to cut it, I won't make the same mistake. You can leave like 1.5 from the blouse length. So this is how it's going to look like. This is how the back is going to look like. Then you can come down by 1 inch from here. On this side, come down by 1 inch or 1.5 as you wish. Then you connect it straight to the armhole area, like so. Can you see? Connect it straight. So now you can decide to leave it this way because this one already, this waist has already been contoured already. And if you want to still snatch it more, you can just come here, mark 1 inch, 1.5. It depends on you. Mark 1 inch. You can mark ½ inch down here. You can mark 1 inch here, 1.5. You can mark 1 inch here, 1.5 here. It depends on what you want. So I'm going to connect it straight up, like that. But you can decide to leave it straight like this. connect it straight from here like so. Just walk around it. So that is how the bag is going to look like. So you can contour it further. Let me measure what we have here. 3¼ 6 inches. So we have our 8.5 on this line. So that's all we need to draft the front and the back. So let me cut it out. Then before you cut, make sure you label. Make sure you label. It's because I'm going to still contour this place. That is why I shift the major contouring to this place. You can do it here too, but this one will look smaller. You need to consider all those factors so that this one will not look very smaller than these ones. And if you want to do it, it doesn't change anything. That is it. So we are done with this. We are done with this. So I'm going to cut out the hand. I said you should label. This is the side back, mid back, then the center back. Make sure you label. You can do it like this. You can do this. Make sure you label in such a way that you will remember. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Make sure you remember anyhow. Make sure you label anyhow. You feel like you can easily remember what is there. So I'm going to cut this out now. I'm cutting the first one. You can cut the second one too. And you can even decide it on how you want it to look like. So can you see? This is it. This is the amount of tightening that we have done on this. So let me cut it. Of what we have drafted. Can you see the result? Can you see it here? So here is the side and here is the front. Look at the front. You can see there is no difference even with joining the paper together to form this. So this is what you are going to achieve if you join your fabrics together. Look at it. You know it's not easy joining papers like this. It's not, it will not even look professional. If it is cloth, you will have seen the beauty of it very well. So we've come to the end of this class. Till I come your way next time. My name is Omawumi Odumbaku. Bye.